Welcome to the Mate Ready podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Tindall. In this episode, I'll be talking about not letting fear hold you back. So I've had a couple of conversations recently with a few different guys who are finding things challenging and they're ultimately not doing things they know they need to do for their business because of fear, right? They're letting fear hold them back. And this is a very normal thing, especially when it involves putting yourself out there, putting yourself out there for judgment. Something I've experienced a lot. I still experience a lot doing this podcast, showing up on social media, and doing various other things of group facilitating and getting up in front of people and talking. Yeah, of course there's fear there, right? Absolutely. If something's out your comfort zone, there's going to be an element of fear there. But fear is good because it keeps you alert. It means you care. It means you're going to hopefully show up and put in the effort to ensure that you do a good job. I used to fight in various martial arts, but in MMA, and the times I wasn't scared going into the cage, I performed awful. And there's one in particular that I was so complacent. It was like a training session that I didn't care about. I didn't get hurt and I didn't do much hurting and I lost. It was terrible. I looked awful. I went away thinking I wasn't even there. But I was scared. I wasn't scared. I was complacent. I had a complacency, a lethargy. Whereas the times that I've gone in and thought, I'm like, this could hurt, I've performed really well. I've shown up. And I feel like this is the same with life, that if you are going to test yourself and do things that are worthwhile, they're going to be the other side of fear. There's going to be fear present. And the beautiful thing about fear is that it allows us to exercise that trait called courage. It gives us an opportunity to be courageous because we can't be courageous without fear being present. And that's the thing with courage is operating, is doing a thing despite being scared. Because if you weren't scared, there'd be nothing courageous about doing the thing. And I think this is really important to remember. Every time you're scared, think about the bigger picture. Think about what it is that you're doing and what you're doing it for, and lean into that. And remember, right, this is an opportunity for me to be courageous. This is great. The other thing that holds people back is the fear of judgment, right? It's what are other people going to think about me? And I understand that. I have that fear too sometimes, often, if I let it creep in. And for me, it's about doing it anyway. It's about reps and showing up regardless, because pushing through that fear of the judgment, you'll get a thicker skin, you'll get more resilient, you'll end up actually not caring as much and understanding that people who are judging you, well, people are going to judge you whether you show up or not. Ultimately, they'll judge you if you sit at home on your own doing nothing. So yes, you're putting yourself in potentially a spotlight to be judged. The vast majority of people don't care and will scroll on past anyway. The people who are judging you and not saying anything, who cares? And the people who are judging you and say something, well, again, who cares really? But it's an opportunity to interact. And if they're the type of person who's going to comment or neg you and leave bad comments, leave bad DMs or whatever, that's a massive reflection on them and where they're at in their life. They'll be holding bitter resentment, insecurities and stuff that project it on you because you've got the balls to show up and do the thing that you want to do. And I know that's easier said than done. It's really easier said than done. However, you're not going to get that thicker skin. You're not going to get that actual grasp and understanding unless you show up and do the thing, unless you exercise courage, and do that thing that you're putting off because you're too scared to. For me, showing up on social media, doing talk to camera, the fact that I'm doing this podcast right now, the fact that I can facilitate circles, retreats, and get up in front of people and talk is through a tenacity of being uncomfortable. And I do give that to martial arts. For the martial arts has just taught me that on the other side of discomfort, on the other side of fear, there is so much fruit. And if you understand that, you will keep leaning in. The amount of times the amount of shots it used to take me to do a Instagram story that would be deleted in 24 hours anyway, it was ridiculous. I used to be so everything had to be perfect and stuff like that. Nothing's good enough, and this over self-criticizing. And now you can just do it in one shot and throw it away. If you fumble your words, it doesn't really matter. I'll make mistakes on this podcast and fumble my words. It's okay. It's cool. I'm okay with being imperfect. It's human. Yet we have this self-judgment that we become uber critical of ourselves. And that can be really destructive. And ultimately, it holds us back from achieving our potential, because none of us are perfect, shockingly. And we're not going to get along the path of those steps towards perfection. That's very elusive. If we don't keep showing up and leaning in. So it's just about pushing through. One of the guys I spoke to the other day was like, but I want to be competent before I show up. I was like, okay, cool. That's great. How are you going to be competent at doing the thing? Talking to camera, by practicing, is the answer. That's how you become competent at something. And how can you practice it? You don't want to practice getting resilience and overcoming the fear of judgment if you're not posting the thing. So if we want to get confidence and we want to improve our capability, then we've got to show up. We've got to do the thing, and we've got to start somewhere. Just by leaning in. Just keep showing up, keep doing it. Have people around you that are going to support you and positively support you. We spoke on this as well, is that fear can be overcome from having the right people around you as well, the right support network. However, if you have a circle of people who are going to try and pull you back and yet jump on that bandwagon of criticizing, of pulling you down, you're not going to overcome that fear. It's going to make it worse. You're going to be like, man, I'm trying to do this thing and my own friends are criticizing me. Get new friends. Get new friends. Because there's going to be enough people to criticize you and judge you and all of that. Not least yourself. You need friends to be like, dude, go out and do it. Just do it. And to encourage you. And when they see you doing it, amazing, mate. Love it. And when you go, oh, it's rubbish. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's not that bad. Keep going. Keep showing up. That's what I finished this podcast with. Keep showing up. Another thing I learned from martial arts. It's an attendance game. It is an attendance game. Just keep showing up. Doesn't matter. Good day, bad day. Keep showing up. I always have to tell myself that one. So hopefully that helps. Like right now, there might be a thing that you're faced with that you need to do. You know you need to do, but there's fear holding you back. The only way you're going to get good at the thing is by doing it. And the only way you're going to develop courage, which is a fantastic trait to have, is by doing things that scare you. The only way you're going to become capable and competent is by, guess what? Doing the thing. So guys, hopefully that little brief insight into overcoming fear was helpful, entertaining somewhat. And we've got 2 incredible in-person experiences happening this year. Forgive me. See, I'm messing up. June and August. Check out the website, matereadymen.com. We've got 10 spots available on each retreat. And the last one is powerful, really powerful. So guys, if you want to come and dive into this work, meet me and Adam and meet some incredible men, go on the website, book in, come and join us in person, and I'll see you around the fire. And until next time, guys, keep showing up.